When I say doctor, you say football. Doctor. Doctor. When I say helmets, you say vlog. Helmets. Helmets. I'm just gonna hope that I'm gonna have to trust that you did your part in that. It was a very interactive opening, and I hope you appreciate that. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Dr. Football Helmet's Medical Vlog. The vlog from certified medical genius, Dr. Football Helmet. And before you go asking, yes, my real name is Dr. Football Helmet. I believe I established that on a previous episode. Of course, that was a while ago. Um, my real given name, of course, is not Dr. Football Helmet. It is Football Helmut. It is a German name. But I thought Football Helmet is an appropriate video name, stage name, if you will, because as you may have noticed, I always wear a football helmet. It is my medical philosophy. I believe that wearing a football helmet protects everyone who wears it from all medical woes. I'm talking about sneezes, coughs, itches, broken legs. I'm going to talk about that in a minute here, by the way. Just hold your horses. And vomiting, diarrhea, whatever medical issue you can think of, cancer, that's a big one, diabetes, anything. Your football helmet is the key to keeping you safe from all of those problems. And not only that, it also helps you mentally and emotionally because you're no longer afraid of all those things that could harm you, the diseases and injuries you could incur because you have the helmet on. It frees your psyche up from having to worry about these things, and it does wonders for me. It would do more wonders for me if I weren't being hounded by the feds right now. I tell you that much. But still, it is made. I've worn this helmet here on my head since I was 10 years old, never taken it off. And I tell you, in that time, I have never, and I tell you, I mean never, ever had a nightmare. It's just awesome. That's just one example. I've never felt nervous. I've never felt anxious other than being hounded by the feds. I should mention that. Uh, uh, it's wonderful. So, uh, I hope that anyone out there watching this video for the first time will have been convinced by that to go out right now to the local sporting goods establishment and buy a football helmet. Now, they're not cheap, but it is worth it. It is worth it. I tell you, friend, it'll be the best investment you ever make. Ever. Ever. All right, so now that I've gotten that out of the way, today we're going to talk about a new topic that I've picked myself. I know previously in the videos I did a while ago that I took questions from the audience, but I, I hate to say this, I really do, but I just have to. You guys let me down with your questions. A lot of your questions didn't even have to do with medicine. They were just asking things like, "What is your deal, man?" and "Why do you wear a helmet? Aren't you? What are you, some kind of weirdo?" That type of stuff, and it hurt my feelings. And I just there were some good questions sprinkled in there, but I couldn't put myself through it looking through my inbox anymore. So instead of taking your questions, maybe I'll do it every once in a while. I'll collect some and you can tweet at me and email me. My handles are in the info for this video. But but for now, I'm just going to pick the topics myself because I have a lot to say about a lot of things, and boy howdy, I want to say them. So here we go. First, today I'm going to talk about how to treat a broken limb. Now, I personally since I put on the helmet, I've never broken a limb, of course, but before that, I did break my arm at the young age of 6. And I've got to tell you, it was not a pleasant experience. I did cry quite a bit, and my mommy was trying to, you know, make me feel better as we went to the hospital, and I couldn't. It was such pain. I, I know. I thought in my mind right there's got to be a way to avoid this pain. And of course, few years later, I discovered it in football helmets. But at the moment, I had no hope. And I went to this so-called doctor, and he put my arm in a sling. Let me just, okay, I don't want to rant. I'm going to try to keep this brief. But let me talk to you about slings for a second, or casts, or anything that people use to cure broken bones in this society. They are about as useful as a turd. As a steaming, hot, smelly turd. Casts and slings are useless. And let me tell you why. You know where you put a sling? Or a cast? You put them on your arm or your leg, or wherever it's broken. Now, does that make sense to you? Okay, maybe it does. Maybe that does sound like it. But it didn't make sense to me at the time. I'm thinking, okay, so we're putting this on the arm, and then the arm will eventually heal because there's a cast on it. It just didn't sit well with me. And as I thought about it later that night, well, I lay there in bed, not sleeping, because I was still in a good amount of pain. And I couldn't roll over because my arm was in a sling. And I thought, my arm is still vulnerable in this cast. My arm can still get broken. Because my arm it's broken already, but it could get even more broken if I accidentally, in the middle of the night, fell out of bed right on top of it and broke more bones, and then I'd have to go to the hospital again, and it would snowball from there. And it didn't sit well with me. And I thought, wouldn't it be nice if there were a way to never break a bone in your arm? And so that's why I'm talking about this today. Here is my recommendation. This is a how-to video, very practical, for how to treat a broken limb. Be it an arm, or a leg, or even maybe your neck, or your back, or whatever. It doesn't have to be limbs. Any broken bone in your body. Here is how you treat it. Once the bone is broken and you're in excruciating pain, go to your local sporting goods store and buy a small football helmet. You may be wondering, what is a small football helmet? Is it like a helmet for a child? No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about you may not find them in your local Dick's Sporting Goods or whatever else, Gander Mountain, wherever you go. You may have to go to a memorabilia shop in your local shopping mall or anywhere that sells memorabilia for different sports teams. Go in there, and they have these neat things. It is really, I don't know why they don't sell these in pharmacies and medical, anywhere that sells medical equipment. They should sell these because these are really, really handy, and I love that they make them. They're little football helmets, and you may think that, oh, those are just decorations for your desk. It has, your favorite football team logo on it. No, they actually have a practical purpose. You buy one, and then, or buy 1, 2, buy 15. Be my guest. And once you buy them, you take them, and then you get some duct tape. And gray duct tape, doesn't matter, it could be any color. You take the duct tape, and you take the helmet out of its package, and then you put it on the area that was broken. If it's your arm, duct tape the football helmet right over the spot where the limb was broken. It'll be kind of a lump on your arm, duct taped around, or on your leg. And if your arm is broken in a few different places, that's why I'd recommend you buy more than one. Just duct tape another little helmet around that area and another around that, and that even more than just putting a helmet on your head. Obviously, you should also put a helmet on your head if you haven't already. Obviously, if you broke your arm, you haven't put a helmet on your head already, so get one on your head as soon as you can. As soon as you can. I can't stress that enough. But to help heal your arm even quicker than it would heal by putting the helmet on your head alone, wrapping these little helmets around your arm or leg will heal the bone very quickly. And the pain will go away as well. Of course, it might be a little painful right away when you duct tape it around the broken limb. It's probably going to be a little tender, but that's normal. And your arm should be healed in, I was going to say maybe a couple of days, but it could even be a couple hours, depending on how many little helmets you tape around your arm or leg. So, that is my recommendation for treating a broken limb. And I hope you took notes. I hope that next time you or a loved one, or just a stranger on the street, you see them break something, you will heed my advice. Well, you will have heeded my advice. You will have bought a bunch of little helmets, and you will have them with you at all times in a backpack, hopefully. I would recommend a backpack. I do carry around a backpack myself with a bunch of little helmets in it, and one big helmet, just in case my helmet... Oh, God, I would hope that this would never happen. My helmet would accidentally fall off or something. I will have a spare. But, yes, always good to have extras. And that's your emergency. That's all you need for your first aid kit. And that should do the trick. So, I hope you found this helpful, and I hope you'll stick around and subscribe to my channel and watch more of these educational videos, because they could save your life. Alright. Have a good one. Bye-bye.